Okay, so good morning. So today I was not able to meet you earlier since we have other commitments like we have seminars or a training regarding module review for across all the programs or across all the campuses for the CETE or for the computer science programs across with all the other programs in the main campus. So instead of meeting you online, I will be recording a video regarding decision analysis. So CS326 modelings and simulation. So we have the decision analysis. Okay, so here we go. So what are the learning objectives? So by the way, there are two PowerPoint or presentations that I will be making. The first one is more on the theory of a decision tree analysis, and the other one is the examples. So first, I'll have introduced to you the theory, and then the foundation of what is or the basic of and the overview of what is a decision tree analysis. So before doing that, these are the learning objectives for us to be able to, hopefully for us to understand or to learn at the end of this discussion. So we have list the steps of the decision processes that describe. This is not, this is actually our Zoom right now, but I'm not listening anyway. So list the steps of the decision making processes and the describe the different types, and we also have make decisions under uncertainty and under risk. So when you say uncertainty, there are situations or circumstances that uh, your decisions is most likely important to weigh all those uncertainties, meaning to say wala siya'y certain or wala siya'y kanang fix na answer for you to be able to decide. So i-weigh nimo both uncertain situation, and that's under risk. Of course, each alternative or each problem has its own equivalent risk. So asa man mo adto mo choose this kind of risk, i-calculate nimo ang risk through the use of decision tree analysis. And then we also have show useful decision trees. Okay, so introduction to decision analysis. So we have the file of decision of analysis provides a framework for making important decisions. So ang decision tree analysis, it actually provide you a model or a framework wherein you can outweigh or you can make it sure that whatever decisions you will choose at the end, you have a certain bang i-optimize ni mo imong decision as to using the framework for the decision tree analysis. And then we also have a decision analysis allow us to select a decision from a set of possible decision alternatives. So when uncertainties regarding the future exist, so in every decision tree analysis, there are alternatives or there are problems. So let's say, for example, uh, your 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 uncertainty at this point of time is, if is it okay or is it good for you to continue college, or is it okay for you to just hold your kanang di lang sa kamo sulod sa klase, and then you will continue doing what you are doing right now. Let's say, for example, nag-part-time mong trabaho karon, and then mas dako mong income, but then at the same time gusto po mong eskwela o college, but you have to choose only one. You can actually use a decision tree analysis for that. And then at the end of the analysis, you will realize what is most given the situation, what is most likely for you to be successful, or at least tagaan kag options asa ang kanang more tawag nato nga kanang maka-benefit ka at the end. And then, of course, you have to convert this into numerical value. And then the goal is to optimize the resulting payoff in terms of decision criterion. So since you have the alternatives or the problems presented, you also have the chance, meaning the chances of what will happen if you choose this alternative or this problem. And then the outcomes will be the payoff, or what will be the result given this value. So decision decision tree analysis always involve alternatives. We have the chances, and then we also have the outcome or the output. What is decision making? So decision making can be defined as the mental process or the cognitive process resulting in the selection of the alternative among several alternatives. So as I was saying earlier that when it comes to decision tree analysis, Magod, it really involves alternatives. Meaning to say, you have these certain problems, and then you choose between this kind of alternatives, and then what are the chances for you to be able to choose which alternative would give you a better result, or which alternative will give you a better output. Every decision making a process produces a final choice. Of course, in a decision tree analysis, since you have the alternative and then you have the chances, it will at the end of the analysis, it will derive you to a final choice, or to the optimal decision wherein you can benefit, or maybe that would be the better choice of all the choices that were given to you. And uh, decision making. So to continue with the decision making, we have uncertainty and risk and decision making. Of course, in every decision, naa magid tay gitawag nga risk, and we have uncertainty. When we say uncertainty, uncertainty is that you don't know what will happen. Uncertain is there's no fixed solution. Meaning to say, whatever choices or whatever alternative you are going to choose, there's no certain as to what will happen. So there are uncertainties. So let's say, for example, um like you are enrolling in ComSci now, and then there is no certain that you are able to graduate. So there are alternatives to be given to you as to what will be the better chances for you to be able to do it. Okay, so a decision could be for short to intermediate as well as to long term. So in a decision, in all aspects, good, we have short a decision that we need to decide on a quick basis only, and then we also have intermediate or the average, and we also have the long term. So when it comes to long terms, there are decisions that will more about prolonging siya, that the effect of that will be long term. Let's say, for example, studying, your decision to be kanang when you the first time that you decided to go to college, you decide to enroll in ComSci. So that decision is really a long term, because it's a 4 year course. You don't know if you will be successful, or you don't know if you fail at while ka na bang enrolling, or while studying you failed to finish the ComSci, or you have to outweigh which is good or bad, or a sort of that. And we also know that decisions are made for the future, and future contain uncertainty. Of course, future contain uncertainty because we don't know what will happen. Let's say, for example, the pandemic that are facing right now. It's actually a surprise, a circumstance, or a surprise, kana bang, a bitter surprise for the future, because nobody knows about it. So everything is uncertain, like kanang pagtaas sa gasolina, kanang economy nato ron, what will be the leaders, and then what will be their performances. All of those are uncertain, and then all of those are actually interconnected with each other. Many decision tools have been developed to solve the problem of uncertainty in a decision, and that is one of those is the decision tree analysis. And then it will give you manggod, it will give you kanang a better overview of what will be if you choose to decide on this alternative, or in this kind of solution. This better results will we you have to arrive this kind of mga results by using that tools, or that model. These tools form an important component of discipline called the decision analysis. And we also have the decision making. So normally in decision, we'd have two or more than two alternatives from which to be choose one. So most likely, a common decision tree analysis structures contain two alternative or two alternate from which to be choose one, and then at the end of the analysis you only have to choose what or which alternative or which alternate is the best, will arrive to the best result. And then we also have the consequences. So uh, the consequence of the alternative depends upon the outcomes of the some future random event or state of nature. So whatever the consequences of your chosen alternative depends on the outcomes of some future random event, because we because in every decision there is what we call uncertainty. So we really don't know what will happen or what will the outcome in the future, because as I've said, decisions is uncertain. Outcomes of such decisions are usually unexpected, but possible to predict by information carry chosen one alternative. Although many outcomes of decisions are usually unexpected. However, there are some tools and some models that will somehow help you predict what will the kanang ma-outweigh nimo ang risk by using these tools or this model, and that's what we call decision making, or that's what we call decision tree analysis. And what are the criteria? The criteria for the decision making will be if the decision maker carry out informations about an alternative upon which become easy to take decisions. And then we also have like converting available information into the measure of desirability. That's why in making a decision tree analysis, all of the informations are being converted into numerical value, because it's easier for us to translate numerical value, or it will, or may it be a descriptive result. Let's say for example, good, better, bad, or zero or one, or yes or no. So most likely those kind of output or those kind of results are the outcomes for your decision tree analysis. And then an appropriate one criteria for decisions can be probability estimate of future outcomes. So when to say probability estimates only, it doesn't mean that this is a 100% perfect or 100% accurate, but somehow it gives you the probable, or it gives you a probability of what will happen or what will be the output of your analysis. And then the willingness of decision maker to take risk, because every decision is accompanied by risk. But what is really important is that you know how to calculate your risk, because in every day, in every decisions that we make, gikan sa pagmata nato, pagligo nato, pagilis nato, pagkaon, all those series of events will affect our daily activity, right? So kung mo decide ka nga, I have to wake up early because I need to go to school on time. So that somehow affect your productivity for the whole day. And then each decisions that we make is accompanied by risk, because whatever your decisions, it will somehow affect the other decisions you have to make all through the day, or all through your life. Okay, so we also have decision making under uncertainty. So the decision when are made in situation in which simply decision maker know what could occur, but have no idea for the probability of each outcome occurring. Decisions that are made under above described situations are called decision making under uncertainty. So there are situations in which the decision maker, or the one who will decide, or the one who is involved in that kind of decision, have no idea what will happen in the future, or what will happen, or what will be the outcome of that decision analysis. So most likely those kind of situation, those described situations are those decisions that they are making under uncertainty. And then criteria for decision under uncertainty, we have the maximax. and the maximin. Although we will not usually focus on this, but however, I just want you to go through with this so that at least you are quite familiar with these terms already. So we have the maximax. These are the decisions under uncertainty. So we have the maximas, determine the best possible payoff for each alternative, then select that one. So the best possible payoff. Later on, you will understand why are we using payoff, the term payoff. And then we have the maximin is determine the worst possible payoff that can occur for alternative. Then select the by looking to the worst thing that can occur with each alternate and try to minimize the bad that can result. By actually understanding the maximax and the maximin is just the maximax is we are gearing towards the positive. We as much as possible these are actually on the note of kanagaling. We are optimized, we are actually what the optimism, we are actually on the positive side that we are using the maximax, the highest possible or the best possible payoff. When you say payoff kanang when it comes to money lay ang maginansya mo'y imuhang basihanan, but when you say maximum, these are the worst case scenario wherein you are going to choose what will be the worst case scenario if this will if you choose the minimum payoff. And then we also have the Laplace. So select the alternate that has the average payoff. So this criterion treats all features outcome as being equally likely. So Laplace will be considered as the most conservative, meaning to say you are in between. So when you divide the maximax and the minimum, you have to meet halfway. So the halfway of that will be the Laplace or the Laplace. And then we have the minimum regret. Computed regret for each payoff, which is the difference that payoff and the payoff that would occurred when if we have choose the best alternative, then select the alternative that carry the smallest regret value. And we also have decision making and risk. So when the decision maker have the probability estimate for the future events occurrence, and then decision under such situation are terms as decision making under risk. And then we also have what is a decision tree. So this is more likely on making the decision tree, is constructing a decision tree already. So a decision tree is a structure that includes a root node. Sometimes we called it an alternative node, and then the branches and then the leaf node. Of course, if you are literally understanding it, sa usa ka tree na root, naatay sanga or the branches, and then we also have the leaf or the dahon. So each internal nodes denote a test on an attribute. Each branch denote the outcome of the test, and each leaf nodes hold the class label. And then the topmost node in the tree is the root node. So each node is actually represented by alternative, chances, and outcomes. So a decision tree is a graphical representations of all the possible solutions to a decision based on certain conditions. So let's say for example, ang root node ninyo diha are the alternatives. So what will be, these are the alternative. Let's say for example, you have two alternatives, and these two alternatives will course through whatever the chances under those alternative, and then at the chances whatever the outcomes of those chances given. And tree models where the target variable can take a finite set of values are classification trees, and target variable can take a continuous values. Numbers are called regression trees. So let's say for example, uh, this problem is actually consider the above picture or the picture beside the presentation is to accept a new job or not. So there is a job that is being offered to you, and then you are actually on the verge of this on the verge of kana bang deciding of whether to accept it given this situation. So for that, we need to create a decision tree starting with the base condition of the root node. So si root node is the blue one, wherein uh, the root node in blue colors was that the minimum salary should be $100, $100,000. And if it is not $100,000, so if it is not 100, salary is at least $100,000. And then if your salary is greater than $100,000, then you will further check whether the company is given a 1 month vacation. So you have a lot of kanang conditions for you to be able to realize, or for you to be able to decide to finally accept the job. So ang salary kinahanglan $100,000. If no, i-decline ni mo ang offer. But if yes, naa ba siya having a 1 month vacation? If no, i-decline ang offer. If yes, nag-offer ba sila og kanang free gym inside the company? If yes, accept offer. If no, decline offer. So medyo hambugiro ni siya nga nang-apply. So these are actually the decisions. So it comes that if given this situation, given this condition, mahatag sa iyaha, is i-accept niyang offer. So all the alternative is that salary, or the alternative is actually to accept the new job offer or not. So ang conditions niya, or ang chances niya for him to be able, or for her to be able to decide whether to accept the job or not is this. Ang salary niya is dapat 100,000. So again, if yes, naabay having a 1 month vacation. Again, if yes, nag-offer ba sila free nga gym? Now, if it is yes, finally he will accept the offer. But on the other alternative, or on the other alternative which is not, because the alternatives are accept new job offer or not accept new job offer. So the other alternative will be the not accept the new offer, because if salary is at least 100,000 $100,000. If it is no, i-decline automatically. And then, having 1 month vacation, i-decline ang offer. No free gym, i-decline ang offer. So this is actually a simple representation of a decision tree analysis, which is kanang murabag naa siya clear chances or conditions in which you will be guided as to if you are going to choose which is the better choice. Then we also have one example wherein this decision tree is for the concept of how, when, or how are you going to buy the computer, which indicate whether a customer at the company is likely to buy a computer or not. Each internal node represents a test on an attribute. Each lead node represents a class. So kanisa is actually, I think ang perspective niya is from the seller of the computer. So if I am the seller, ako ba ni siya ibaligya sa kaninga type of buyers. So the buyers are, we have the young, the middle age, and the senior. So kaning si young, si middle age, si senior, these are your alternatives. Age, this one is your root node. So we have the young, the middle age, the senior. So if ang mopalit sa imo nga is student, which is most likely under the young category or under the young alternative, we have the student. So if it is student, no. If it is if the student, no, or if it is the student, say yes. Okay? Sakto ba si young? If student, no. If the student is yes. They're gonna say yes. And then there is a age, if middle age, yes, automatically yes. Because most of the middle age are actually have kada bang naa sila mga stable job, they have the money to buy the computer. Diri ako lang sa niikuan, because if the age is young and it is a student, if no, dili siya student, then automatically it's no. If it is a student, yes, then the decisions will be yes. Okay? So here for the senior, since most of the senior doesn't have a job anymore, and then maybe they're retired already. So you have to check the credit rating. So if ang credit rating niya is fair, meaning to say average lang, so no. But if the credit rating is excellent, it's yes. Okay, so these are just a simple representation for a buyer point of view. Now, we also have the example of the decision tree with a data set. Data set is shown below. This is more on the kanang with the computation, with the use of the uh, model already or the tools. So the predictors are, meaning to say, this will be your predictors or your variable sa inyong program. So, ang inyong deciding factor is, or the target is, kumudula ba mo, o are you going to play golf given these predictors? So, mo ni imuhang data nga imong i-fed sa imuhang decision tree analysis nga model. So, these are the predictors, meaning to say, kung mayroong dependent, we have independent variables are those that varies. So, mao ni mga data sets, lahi-lahi siya og kanang value or lahi-lahi siya og kanang variable when it comes to this kind of predictors. So, we have the outlook, we have the temperature, we have the humidity, and we have the windy. And then whatever the value or whatever the kanang results of these data sets, diha ma-trigger or diha mo fall ang target if these are actually working for if this are actually good for playing golf. So this will be the template or the model for your decision when it comes to this kind of kanang situation. So we have, kung may outlook, we have the rainy, pwede siya overcast, pwede siya sunny or overreact or sunny. Sa temperature, we have the hot, the mild, the mild. So mo na iyang type of temperature. The humidity, we have the high, the normal. There's two types of under humidity. And then sa windy, we have falls true, falls true. So this kind of bang predictors usually uh, when we are about to fed this into a model or into a tools, siya ni mohatag sa imuha of what kind of types you want or what kind of value, if it is numerical, if it is descriptive. This is descriptive bang predictors. So ang outlook nimo diha is this, and then uh, if it is sunny, so kung sunny siya, and then if it is windy, and then overcast or rainy, so kani sila tulo. So if it is overcast, meaning to say you will play. So yes, you will play golf. So kuming ka diri, ang outlook nimo is rainy. So rainy, and then ang temperature nimo is, temperature is not here by the way. So if outlook nimo, we have sunny, overcast, and rainy. So if it is windy, false. If it is true, then no. And then we also have under the humidity, if it is rainy, under humidity, we have high and normal. So if it is high or normal, we have the high, and then normal. If it is high, so it's no. If it is normal, under the humidity, if it is high, and then it's normal, it will be yes. So if it is windy, and then if it is false, so it's yes, and if it is true, it is no. So it varies upon the predictors here on the left side. So all you need to do is to convert or to uh, uh, present these predictors into your template or the outlook template. And then what are the benefits of having a decision tree? These are the benefits. It does not require any domain knowledge, and then it is easy to comprehend, and then the learning and the classification steps of a decision tree are simple and fast. Okay, so I will be recording another video, maybe tomorrow, for us to be able to continue with the examples para po ma-practice ninyo of what are the different kanabang representation of a decision tree analysis. Thank you, and I hope you will be able to understand a little bit, or I hope you will be able to also research about decision tree analysis para mas maka-learn mo of what this is all about. Uh what kind of uh model is this? Okay? And wait, and then thank you, and I hope that whatever questions you have in mind will be able to uh, you'll be able to ask me questions.